So I believe some of us have gone through SEO training already. Has anybody gone through SEO training already on the? Anybody gone through it? Anybody? So nobody has gone through it.
It is search engine optimization.
Yes, that's SEO.
Yeah, I have I have gone through it, but it's a long time.
Okay, that's fine. So can you tell us what you understand by SEO?
Mm, I can't remember.
You can't remember. I said you've gone through it. At least you should know something. So you don't know it's search engine optimization. You don't know anything about it.
Like what I can say about it is how you can use Google to post ad.
Use Google to post ads.
Yep.
Okay, that's fine. Anybody else knows what SEO is? Can you explain what SEO is?
Okay, I can try.
Yeah, shoot.
Okay, so SEO is actually a process whereby you put something on the internet, and when it's searched, it can pop up for ads. It can pop up on the search that people are actually looking for. For instance, if I'm actually looking for a company that sells wine, when I just type it on the search bar, then it pops up. The ranking of that search is actually the SEO, which I've actually look after. I actually see what I was actually looking out for.
All right, that's right.
So it's a process of your business gets cited by Google search.
That's better. That's more better. I thought Zachariah was raising up his hand.
Yes, I have raised my hand, but he has already said what I wanted to
Say
say.
your own. Don't say as you said it. Say what you know. If I say it differently, it doesn't have to be the same exact.
Okay, me, I understood SEO as putting your content in the Google search in such a way that wherever a customer seeks for that content, it appears to be the first one.
Okay.
That's how I understood it.
All right. That is okay. Abigail. Abigail, oh yeah. Let's hear from you.
They've it's the same thing I wanted to say with what they've said, right? So
Say
it's
your
the
own.
search
It's not the
engine
same
from
thing.
what
Say your
I
own. Zachariah
understood.
did not say what
You know,
was
is
said. Say your own.
yes. So it's a search engine that helps, your when you place your project on your um products on Google or anywhere, like it can come at the top when people search for a particular thing, maybe using a keyword, or there are certain things you have to put in it so that when people search that thing, yours would also come at the top. So it's just like strategically putting your content so that people will be able to see it when they search for that particular thing using a particular keyword or something.
Yeah. And now you see that you didn't say the same thing they said. So you put some phrases they didn't implement in their own. John talked about citing. Zachariah talked about I kind of forgot what he said. You talked about keywords. You talked about when you search something, it pops up, that kind of thing. John made an example. So you see that it was not really the same. You just have an understanding. So you just say it in your own words and how well you understand. And I believe that some of you have been in my SEO class. That's why you know this thing. But that's fine. That's good that you have an understanding of this thing. So for those of us that have not gone through the SEO course, that's the one on the YouTube channel. Please go to it. But we're going to be doing an introduction. But the practicals, I'm not going to touch the practicals because we have a lot to cover. So the practicals has been done on the YouTube channel. So please go and do the practicals because tomorrow we're going to be going into email marketing. So there's a lot to cover. Monday we have ads, and we have a lot of platform on the ads. So we have a lot of things to talk about. Our subsequent classes for finish next. So I'm trying as much as possible. So those videos are helping us to be able to cover those classes. So find time, weekends, there's time to do these things. There's time to watch the videos. Create time, 2 3 hours. If it's 1 hour per day, you can sacrifice to watch the video. Please do it. Watch those videos. Have an understanding so that when you are called for an interview, you will not be saying something as if you were not taught. Please have that in mind. So take your time. Look for, even if you can burn the midnight candle. Like for instance, you can spend 1 hour in the night to watch a video. And for those of us in Nigeria, we know how to do midnight plan. Midnight plan is not expensive. With 15 naira, with 17 naira, 75 naira, that's even less than, it's like probably 0.2 cents or 0.1 cents in dollar. So it's very, very cheap for us to do. Spend that time, watch those videos, pay the price to learn all these things so that, yeah, the future will be bright for you. So I'll just drive it right into class now. So we're going to be dealing with what SEO is and explain different concepts. Once you have that understanding, you can that will be communicated to us. Please don't worry about that. The interview will talk about, will communicate what screening process you're going to use. Please don't worry yourself about that because I've been having a lot of questions about that. So don't worry, we'll communicate that when the time comes. So let me present this now. Okay. So SEO. What is SEO? So for those who don't know what SEO is, SEO means search engine optimization. It means optimizing for search engine visibility. So what it means is that you have a website and you want it to show up on Google for people to see. So you create, there's a system and a process in which you can connect your website to Google and other search engine like Bing, Index, and Google begins to pick up information that are relevant to what people are searching for and then show it to people that are interested in it. That's just a layman explanation of what SEO is. So you have practices where you are trying to improve your website so it ranks higher in search engine like Google. That's just it. Very simple, straightforward. So you realize that people buy websites and they are not getting people to chat them up. They're not getting people to patronize their brand. It's not even being visible. It's just like a billboard. It's because they don't know what we call search engine optimization. So for small business owners, content creators, marketers, SEO is the primary way organic to attract organic traffic. That's for people that are searching for a solution, what you offer freely. That's on Google or any other search engine. So why does it matter? Because of it has increased visibility, more qualified leads. Meaning of more qualified means that because they've read your content and they've gone through your posts, that's your blog, your articles on your website, then they already have an understanding of what to do and know that you're a good fit for they're a good fit to solve their problem. Then higher sales. Yes, because people that are going on Google are looking directly to buy something and also sustain growth. So it's important to remember that SEO is a long-term strategy, not a short-term. It's a long-term strategy. Why is it a long-term strategy? Because it takes time for your website to begin to rank. And because of Google will not just immediately pick information on your website and say, oh, because somebody is searching for how to cook rice, it will just show the person. No, that's not how it works. So with consistent uploading content on your website, optimizing your image, optimizing your content, optimizing every page on your website, then Google begins to see how there's an improvement and also how people interact with your content. These are how Google is going to be able to push your content to people that need that solution. Those are things you need to know. So the results compound over time, weeks, months, not just minutes. So it's for business people. Anybody I'm talking about SEO, like do SEO, you're going to tell them to think investments, not quick fix. And majorly we used to give people like 6 to 9 months to see very good improvements with SEO because of it, the time it takes. So how does search engine work? So we have 3 core stages. We have number 1, crawling, we have indexing, and we have ranking. So stage 1, crawling, is that search bots scan your website to find pages and follow links. So what happens is that once you have a website that maybe your designer or your web developer has designed for you, or you get to a company and they design a website, what you need to do is to connect that website to Google Search Console, majorly because Google is the primary search engine that we know, and also to Bing. So once you connected to Google Search Console, it's very easy to connect to Bing Search Console. Also, it's very easy. It's just very simple because they're very linked both platforms together. That's Google and Bing already because they are sharing data. So it's very easy. So once you do that, the bots that Google have online will begin to crawl your website. They're going to check for different content that you have there that could be valuable to people. So the content you can see on this slide where you say follow links, what it means is that once you link a page to another page, like for instance, you can see on your home screen, on your home page or landing page of your website, you have where you have home, about, services. Those are links to another page. So it will check those links and see if it actually goes to that page. I'm going to be checking if what is on page A is also related to what is on page B. So it doesn't like, oh, you have maybe you are doing what's it called, car wash on one page, and another page you are doing another business that doesn't relate. Though we can have multiple services, of course, for that business, but we have things that are interrelated module so that it knows that okay, it can really push this what's it called, content to people that need that solution. So next thing we have is indexing, where discovered pages are being analyzed, yes, and added to search index. So what happens is that once you are connected to Google Search Console, those discovered pages that the bot can find on your website have been analyzed and also added to search index. So when people search for a particular keyword or a particular phrase, those things pop up. They push it to your website that this is the website that has a solution to your problem. So those are things that it does. Then ranking, then when anybody search your website, the engine evaluates the index page and orders them by number one, the relevance and the quality. So if somebody is searching for how to make rice, it's not going to show somebody how to make beans because they are not related. And it's not really they're not related to each other. So it's something that is okay. Joanna, I have a question.
Yes, I'm trying to understand. So, like a website has the crawling, indexing, and ranking.
Yeah.
Because you say, oh, it has them.
No, it doesn't have them. It doesn't have them. You have to link them to Google Search Console.
Oh, okay, I
Yes, because
understand. Thank you.
Google is a search engine. So Google created the Search Console to connect websites to its search index. Do you understand?
Yeah, so it's Google that has the
Yeah,
three,
Google is a search
not the
engine, not the
website.
website. No, not the website. The website. I
Oh,
said, like I said when I was introducing this course, I was saying that um, every website when it's being created is just like a billboard until it's connected to Google or any search engine. That's when it can begin to show up on search engine. I don't know if that you understand that. So if you do not have a website connected to Google, there's no how to show on Google. I hope that is clarified.
yes, yes, very
All right.
clear.
So please, any question you have, please let's wait till the end of the class. You can write them down or you type them in the chat. I'll go through them once we are done with the class, so you don't interrupt the flow. So the next thing now is keywords and keyword research. So many of us know that once we go to Google, we search for phrases, we search for words, we search for information, for instance. So keywords are like words or phrases that people type in search engine. See, that's what keywords are. So for instance, now when you go to Google now, maybe you are trying to look for learning about SEO, you are trying to understand what is SEO. That's a keyword, it's a phrase. So you're actually trying to understand what's so somebody that has created information on Google, has created a website for search engine optimization, has already provided information for that. So why is he creating those information? For him to be able to get people, educate people one, like I talked about in content marketing, educate people, entertain people, and also to get sales, drive sales for his business. Doesn't have any business putting information that people don't need because he's an XU expert. So good keyword research finds the term that your audience uses and also balances search volume and conversion. So you need to first do keyword research for you to be able to optimize the website, for you to optimize an image, for you to optimize things that will help your business rank higher on Google. So they have different things that make the business rank. So in this slide, I'm going to be talking about them. So what are different types of keywords we have? We have short tail keywords and long tail keywords. And short tail keywords are broad, Like for instance, you can see weeks is broad and often very competitive and less targeted. And they are also what we call high volume terms. That means that they are well searched for. The people are looking for that keyword, they are being searched. So every keyword that is being searched, Google takes account of it. Then we have what we call the long tail keyword, which is specific and lower volume phrases. Like for instance, affordable human hair in Lagos. So these are keywords that you can easily rank because there are less people that are searching for that keyword. But when you talk about wigs, maybe all the old women in this world or all the old adults that are women are searching for wigs. But when you now specify to your country and to your location and the interest that is affordable, then that's more specific and then it reduces the number of people that are searching for that specific keyword. So the goal of research is targeted keywords with meaningful volume and manageable condition prioritizes intent and relevance. So what that means is that once you are crafting maybe a content or you are designing you are optimizing a page, you want to also look at why is this person searching for affordable human hair. Let's for example, because person wants to buy something that is cheap or something that is can afford. That's why the person is searching for. So you have to think of why this person is searching for that phrase keyword. Please, who is that? Person is interrupting my class. Please mute your mic. Yeah. So we use tools like Google Keyword Planner and Search Console for us to find these keywords. And then once your website is already linked, you'll see where Google is going to be showing you keywords that your website is ranking for and what position it is. And also you can also check competitors' pages to build a priority list for keywords being mapped to website. So next thing we have is search intent. So the goal of search intent is the reason behind a query. So a query is what is being searched for. So why is this person searching for it? So aligning your content with the intent is the fastest way to improve your relevance and also conversion. So you need to ask yourself, why is this person searching for this thing? So number one, you can see we have information and person users want answers. What is SEO? So you can now create helpful guides, frequently answered questions, how to. Those are things that help you solve questions like this, like an informational question. And then you can now sell to the person if the person wants to learn more. Maybe you have a training on SEO, can get more about SEO, that kind of thing. So the next we have is navigation now. So users seek a specific website, like for instance, Jumia website. So what they are looking for that is maybe they are trying to buy something or maybe they are trying to get an information for required for that company, that kind of thing. So that is why there's something like that. They go directly to just the website, that's www.jumia.com. So make sure your brand pages are optimized and appear for branded searches. That's something a tip that you can take home. Then we have transactional. That's these users are coming to buy. So one of the things about search engine that some of us have gone to Google and then we've bought something from a website because of an information we saw online. So the person that did that, optimized that website is an SEO specialist, so it's a search engine optimization specialist. And it's one of the skill set that is highly well paid. So you want to take this aspect of this course very seriously. So what do you do? The people that are looking to buy things online, you can optimize the majorly product page because majorly product page that products that people buy online and they get delivered to their apartments or their houses. Then you optimize the pricing and then the call to action to make people make a buying decision. So you can have keywords like how buy weeks online or even what's it called, how to buy wigs or affordable wigs in Lagos, if that's what you are ranking for. So next we have is the commercial investigation, which is comparison option where you are comparing between two businesses, we are comparing between two tools or two products. So we provide comparison, we provide reviews and trust signals. Trust signals are like testimonials where people will say, oh, this tool is better than this tool, or this product is better than this product, oh, this business is better than this business. Those are the things that has to do with commercial investigation. So that's all about search intent. So next thing we want to talk about is another concept is on-page SEO. So on-page SEO is the optimization that is done on the website. That means that your content on the website, you can see we have what we call title tags, we have meta description, we have what we call headers, content, that's those content that are written on your website. And then we have what we call the links. That's internal link. That's linking one website to another website, another page on your website. Then outbound sources. Outbound sources are a way of linking your website to outside to another source. Like let's say, for instance, now maybe you are selling meat, for instance, and you have a NAFDAC certification, you have a SON certification. SON certification is what is called Standard of Nigeria. So those certifications can link to their websites for people to be able to see that, oh, this person is certified by this company. That's what we call outbound sources. So those are different strategies that's been implemented to make your website well optimized and also properly done for Google to see that, oh, this website meets our criteria. Like one of the criteria is good speed. So if you have good content, they have good images that are well optimized, that has a good load time. So one like so website where you go to now, that once you are trying to log in, that you take 10 minutes to load, even maybe 5 minutes to load. Though your data speed is very, very good, but you find out that that website takes time to load. Even you as the user, you will leave the website because you are tired, you are not patient. I know now our attention span is low because of the exposure to social media and the likes. So because of that, we don't have the patience to wait for a website to load properly. So within 5 to 10 seconds, once that website is not responding, you just leave that website. You don't have time to look for that. Many of us are guilty of that. So the person that needs to work on that website, to optimize that website, is a search engine optimization specialist. So we help them work on the load time and work on things that are making that website load slowly. So next we want to talk about is internal linking. So what is internal linking? Like I talked about, so internal linking is just a way of linking one page on a website to another. So you can see in this diagram here where you're seeing pages being linked to each other because of they have information that are relevant. So it's just like pointing somebody to their, like somebody's asking for direction for, oh, where can I buy food stuff? And you just direct the person to, oh, you take a bus to this place, but on website just link it to that page of that website. So it's just like connecting pages to your website. So this helps users to find related content and distribute page authority and tells the search engine which page are more important. That's those things. So that's what internal linking is. So I'm not going to talk too much about this because I've done an introduction, so you can just watch the introduction. I'm just trying to give you the different concepts. So when you go and watch a video, you understand these things better. So next is what we call an outbound link. So what is an outbound link? Like I talked about, I was planning using a business called a meat selling business where they sell meat online and they have certification. And I want to show that they're certified because that proves their credibility and they are from a good source because of um, bodies within the country or bodies externally, like maybe WHO or UNICEF as what they maybe certified that company. So they want to show you that this is a well trusted brand because we have certificates from that a particular company, and then so you just cite the companies they have certificate from. So that's like an outbound. That's creating a pointing your website to other domains. That's what outbound link is. So when used thoughtfully, they support your claims, they build trust, like I was talking about, and then they help search engine understand tropical relevance. So the reason why we use them is number one to provide references, to improve readers' experience and distribute transparency. So you want your users to be able to know that, oh, you want to build trust, you want them to be able to buy from you, I want them to be able to support, they know that this brand is a trusted brand, I will support your claims. And then you also use it as a reference also. And then it helps you create better content for your readers. So it's advised that you use outbound links wisely, you link to an higher authority and also relevant sources. So even another thing you can even do is that if businesses in when it comes to we're going to talk about it very soon. Off-page SEO is that you can link your website to an what's it called, an external website, like maybe a newspaper website, to people see that, oh, this newspaper has already talked about us. Maybe we they say, for instance, you did a company you're working for did what we call CSO. Not CSO. This stuff they do when they give out to people, like that kind of gifting. That's kind of stuff that companies do where they give out maybe to less privileged, they give business grant and stuff like that. So you can cite those sources on your website. It can be, so those are things that we call outbound link. So next thing we have is what we call off-page SEO and backlinking. So Outbound links is also like what we call backlinks, where you are getting traffic from external sources. So traffic from external sources are from like people that are within your niche. Let's say for instance, now I run a meat selling business. Now I can get backlinks from another business that has people that are coming to their website, and like majorly people that do that when they are doing the same what's the in competition is paid, majorly paid, but it's just a way of getting influence, authority, and visibility from other websites. So websites could be a newspaper website. It could also be a what they call a platform like for product-based business. You have like a distribution website like Gigi, like Jumia, like Konga, where you can list your product, and then you can also put your website, which can get traffic back to your own site. So people can also come back to your website and be able to check out the business. So those are something like backlinks. So what backlinks do is to give you to make one an authoritative and get relevant traffic. That's people that are looking for such information, you can drive them to your website. So how you do this is what we call guest posting. So guest posting is a way of posting in another person's website. That's it. Just person just links his website to your website. That's what guest posting is about. So you can post on relevant websites that are related to your what's it called, your niche, not just any website. Though newspaper, for you using newspaper is very strategic. Maybe you are making a publication, very maybe you're making it not just you're just trying to, or maybe you're making an advertisement. That's when you use newspaper publication. But majorly it is always very strategic. Not that you just go to look for a business that's not really related to your business, and then you just tell them to link your website. It's going to pull down your website. And also you also need to look for websites that have good ranking, like Medium, like Reddit. These are social media platforms. Also, they are backlinks to your website. Even Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, they are backlinks to your website. So those are things that also help drive traffic to your website. So you have to also take note. You're now seeing the interconnectivity with different things that we're talking about with all the social media platforms and the website. Now you're seeing the interconnectivity of how they relate to each other with SEO. So also PR outreach, that's what I talked about, those newspaper posts, PR outreach and other platforms that are related to your company. So these are things where you draw links or draw traffic, people to come to your website. So next thing we have is technical SEO. So technical SEO has to do with improving your website speed, the mobile friendly design, the security of your website, and fixing broken links, duplicated content, crawl error via search console, and fix them regularly. So what that does is that number one, you're optimizing the images on the website. So I talked about when you go to your website and you find out that that website has a low load speed, or it's very when you go to website you can't easily access the website because there's a lot of things that it takes time to load. That means that the information on that website is bulky, majorly the images. Like maybe you have a lot of images on your own page. You have like maybe 10 images, and each of them are like by 10 MB. I know the in Africa here, some of us our internet connection is not so fast, so it take time to load. And most times we're always in a hurry. And because I talked about our attention span being low, and that is for an average user. So because of that, they don't have time to waste. So they don't see that your website is not, they leave their website. So what you're trying to do as an HTML specialist is to make sure that the images of that website is beaten down to at least 200 kilobytes, 100 kilobytes. So it's easy for that website to load. And then using what we call caching. So some of those things I've talked about in the practical session. Then also, these are things that will help pages rank, because Google are also going to be checking for this thing, because they want their user to be able to use their platform to get answers and solutions to whatever thing they are trying to find online. So we'll talk about mobile flexibility. So mobile flexibility is important for, like, that's where you are going to be collaborating with your team members, that's your designer, to make sure that they are creating designs that are responsive and they are being tested on real devices, so that when people are using their phone, because most people are going to be searching for information with their phone, not many people use their laptop to search for information. So our mobile phone is a mini laptop. So they start for information. So once they get to your website and it's not giving them the desired feel, that's what you call when you talk to also what we call your UX designer. If you have that in your company, you have UX designer, you talk to him to make it more user friendly and more easy for user to get their desired result. So we also talk about the security. That's to protect users' information. So make sure that website is secured for it to be able to give users to make users feel that whatever information they are dropping on your website, like for instance, maybe their email address, they are trying to make a purchase or their home address, those information are being cached on your website. So let me show you what an HTTPS look like. So once you come to your website, you see connection is secured. That's what it means that you have a valid certificate. So this is just what it means that the website is secured. So there's some website you want to go to that if you're using a Chrome browser, it's going to tell you that this website is not secure, that your information could be stolen, they can hack your website or whatever you see there. So those are things that also state that our website is not secure. Why? Because there's no what we call SSL certificate. That's socket secure socket layer. For those of us that know that did computer when we were in secondary school, so you know some of those terminologies. So HTTPS is hypertext transfer protocol secure. That S is secured. So if there's no S in that website, there's no going to it's not a secured website. That's what it does mean. So those are just simple computer terminologies to explain web. So once you go through the introduction I did on the YouTube channel, you see where I probably explained some of these terminologies. Then we have the fixed errors, that's broken links. Broken links means that if you are linking a website on that website and that link changed, maybe you change the URL of that website, it means that that link that was being used to link that website has been broken. So you need to check to be sure that the link that's been linked on that website is properly, is the same link that is there linking to that website. So if it has been changed, then you make the necessary corrections. So the next thing also is duplicated content. So content that repeated itself, you try and remove them so that they don't repeat themselves. And also with even the help of AI, you can use to get better content. So also crawl errors. So crawl errors are where your the what's it called? The AI is unable, that's Google's bot now, is unable to crawl your website to catch information. So what you can do is to what we call sitemap. You create a sitemap of your entire website or that page, and then you link it to your to Google Search Console. I've done a video on that, so you can actually check those things on the videos on the YouTube. So the next thing we have is Google ranking factors. How does Google, what are things that Google consider if they're going to rank? Number one, quality of your content. So whatever content you're going to be creating must be relevant to the user. So like I said, the example I gave you, that you will not, if your website is how to, maybe you're creating a post about how to cook rice and chicken, it's not going to show somebody who's searching for how to make um, rice and maybe plantain, or what to raise rice and stew. It's not going to show that because it's not relevant to that person looking for how to make rice and chicken specifically. So it's going to give the user what is looking for relevantly. So you have to prioritize depth and usefulness over those putting keywords stuff in. So most of these things have been treated in the video. So you just watch those videos, you have better understanding of some of these concepts. Then we have what we call keyword optimization, where you optimize the headers, you optimize the body of the content, you match the intent, and then avoid over optimization. Then another thing again they do is backlinks. So the quality of the backlinks matter. So what I mean by what it means that is that every website you're going to be linking back to your website must be a website that has what we call a high domain authority. So it means that, like for instance, big website that has been there for like news websites, big brands like Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, that's our easy free backlinks that we can get. Then we have what we call newspaper publications where we can get backlinks. Those are strong and high domain website, and also website that within our industry, the industry are trying to recite rank that website for. So let's say for instance, I'm looking for yeah, I'm selling a product. So I look for products sites that are of top authority. Like for instance, maybe I have a product here in Nigeria. I can cite my product on Jumia, on Konga, on Gigi. These are site websites that have high domain authority. Then the next thing also is the page speed, like I talk about, and then the user UX is the user experience. How does user interact with your website? You need to reduce how it bounces people back, like people leaving the website. That's what the bounce means, bounce rate. Like when somebody tries to log into your website, access the website, and then it can't get into the website as fast as possible. So those are things that you need to work on. And then the security is very, very important, because of a unsecured site loses credibility. It's very important because of people have risks. I remember there was a client we were working with last year, and the client was asking, was saying that this website is not. Somebody was saying that the website, their website was not secured. So it's not sending it to us. We're not looking to, oh, it was because the SSL certificate expired. So we had to make payment for that to renew the SSL certificate. So that website can be secure, because if your user has come to the website and that website was a website where they make donations, was upon an NGO. So imagine now you are coming to a website, you want to put your card, and that website is telling you it's not secured. You'll be scared to make a buying decision on that website because of the website is not secure and you don't want to be scammed. So those are things that you need to look out for as an SEO specialist. So image optimization. So I talked about it. This is just optimizing images for better SEO performance. That's reducing images that have larger sizes to smaller sizes for the website to have a better load speed. So you use what we call alt text with keywords to help your images to be found. So you notice that on Google, there are, so when you go to the image section, you find out that when you search for a particular code, you see images on the image section when you check for images. So those images that are seen there, they have been well optimized. So you can see that's why you are seeing them there, because they relate to that platform. So for instance, you can now save your images with a particular keyword, and then when you upload them on that website and Google indexes your website, that website begin to that image begin to show on Google in the image section. So you just compress those images to improve speed for your website and also use proper image sizes for mobile. So all those has been covered in the practical session. Then content marketing, like we talked about in one of our something classes, is where you're creating your blogs, you need to create relevant content, you need to answer questions, common questions that people are answering. I've done practical videos on that, how to search for questions that people are searching for on Google, and easily for you to be able to use that thing to answer that question. That's solving problems. So somebody is, like I said, somebody is asking for how to bake cake, and then you can provide that question, because that's a very a question that people are studying for if you are in that niche, for example. So you create valuable and helpful content to help those people find solutions to their problems. So next we have is what we call SEO metrics and tools they are going to be using. So we have tools like the metrics that we're going to be using. Some of them are click-through rate. Click-through rate, it just means that how well does people click on a link on your website to the next page that you have, or to another page that's on your website. That's what click-through rate means. So you're going to be checking for how well that for people this content is it performing. That's how you do your click-through rate is good. It's majorly measured in percentage. Then bounce rate is, I talked about it, where people are trying to log into your website but they cannot get access to your website because of it takes us a longer loading time. Then we have about keyword ranking, where you are trying to look for what keyword can you use to rank your website. Also in Google Search Console, you can also check what keywords on your website is ranking. And then we have tools like Google Analytics, Google Search Console, like I'm talking about. SEMrush. SEMrush is an SEO tool where you use it to rank, use it to check for keywords and see how well your competitors are performing, and see what keywords your competitor are using to rank better on Google. So those are what they are some of the tools that we use. So next thing is, what are the success formula for SEO? So you need to use the right keywords and the correct search intent. So what that means is that once you're searching for keywords, you need to understand what is the search intent behind that keyword. What's the reason why this person is searching for this phrase? Then you provide the relevant answers for that. The next thing is also you create high quality content. That means you create content that are relevant to your audience. That's your target audience that we are searching for that query. So unlike social media where you are trying to provide a solution also, this one you already have what the person is looking for online. So you're just trying to create a solution directly to it. Compared to social media where you are thinking of the problem and then you're providing that problem. It means that this person have that problem. So you see the difference. So also you have to have a strong technical foundation. That's understanding how to optimize images, how to optimize content, and then also how to make sure the website is secure, and also making sure it has a good load speed and a good user experience for your user. That's what a technical foundation means. So just like talking about technical SEO. So also you have to have what we call good internal linking and external linking. So internal linking are what we call off-page SEO. That's what external linking is, or outbound links. Then you also have to be consistent in your content creation. That's blog posting, answering questions, and creating high quality content. And be patient, because SEO is a long-term strategy, not a short-term strategy. It's not something that you do today and you expect to start seeing the result tomorrow. The result compounds over time. That's what SEO is about. So you need to make people whoever you're working with know that SEO is not something that's a rush. And many people know that SEO is never a rush. because you know that ICU is something that takes time. That's why many people shy away from it because people want instant results. So that's where arts come in, and I'm going to be doing that in subsequent classes. So we have come to the end of today's class. Uh, thank you so much for listening. I would like to take questions. Questions. If you have questions, let's have questions. Raise up your hand if you have questions. I'm not seeing anybody's hands up. Is it very technical?
Well, because that might be because the lesson was well taught and well understood for me.
No. Even if it was well taught, I need questions. Like just think of something. It doesn't mean because it shows. Okay, Joseph is asking a question. Yeah, Joseph. Then Ezekiel next.
Thank you so much for this opportunity, and I'm so much grateful for the lesson that I've taught. Mine is mainly on the assignment. My request was you're supposed to tell us how you're performing on the assignment so that we can improve on our weak areas.
Okay.
To
I've
those,
just started marking the assignment because I want everybody to submit. Once it's 8 p.m. on Saturday, the window closes. So from that day, I start marking the assignment and then I'll respond to whatever has been done.
okay, thank you so much.
Yeah. Ezekiel, then
Oh yeah. The reason why I'm not really asking much of the questions because one, it is clear. Two, you also helped us to understand that we can equally collaborate with AI to be able to make our work more efficient. Like we already have like the likes of Gemini and the likes, which can help us, do deep research. Because if we have a client now, we are the ones that are in best positions to actually give them the best routes to take. Like the one you mentioned about not taking the shortcuts and all that. So that's just it. I'm pleased with what I'm been learning today. So
Obong. Obong.
Yes, thank you so much. This is my question goes this way. Today I was working on something. I was just looking for free sites where I could um, compress compress a document. So while trying to look for the free site to compress the document, I found a site that actually gave me the impression that they are free. And I compressed the document and it actually reduced like 50% of the initial size. At the end of it all, it requested that I should pay to download. And in the process of paying, it didn't just say I should pay, it just said I should put my email to receive the document. And there was a download button. So when I put my email and click download, it automatically rerouted me to make payments. Now I had to cancel at that point, but I noticed that when I went to my email, I've already started getting newsletters regarding that site already. So I'm trying to bring this to your notice. Is this part of a marketing strategy that is implemented here, or this is just them trying to spam people's mail or something?
Okay. So it's a marketing strategy. Yeah, it's a marketing strategy, but I don't think it's not. How would I put it in English now? It's not ethical because of you're not letting people know that they are to pay is after they've done the downloads that they are being paid. So I don't really like that strategy. So it's better you let people know what they are getting into rather than after they've done the whole process. Just because you want to get their emails and provide them emails, you what's it called? You make them use the tool and then so most times in tech products like that, they always implement the one of you use for free, and then when you are certified to, you can make payment for it. So it's a marketing strategy. I hope that answers the question about.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Yes, okay. Augustine, then John.
Okay.
No, I
So
think the
my
question is
question is, I want to know about the keywords. Is it like a two-letter words or a sentence? Because you said something long keywords and short keywords. So I want to know, is it the short keywords, is it a sentence or just a two-letter words and the long
not
keywords?
two-letter
So I
word.
want to know about it.
It could be just a word. Like now, when I say, for instance, the example that was cited there was weeds. Weeds is a generic word. It's a very broad word. Do you understand? So even weeds itself could have many meanings. So it could be. So that's why it's like it's going to be a very very searched out word. I don't know if you get. That's what it means.
Yes.
Yes. There. So that's a short tail keyword because it's short because of the sentence. Just this is one sentence now. Call it a bit. Yes, one sentence. Then the long tail keyword is a phrase. They're always phrases, and they are majorly always specific because they show the user's search intent. I hope that's clarified.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you for that.
Augustine.
Mr. Okay, thank you so much for the lesson. So my question is in regards to the assignment for the last webinar we did. You didn't give us any assignments.
Hello.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
I said you didn't give us any assignment for the last webinar we did
What webinar was that?
on Tuesday.
Tuesday. I'll give you on Friday. I'll give you. I'll give you the assignment.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you.
All right. Any other question? Any other question? Anybody has a question? Yeah. So concerning this SEO, I've done videos already. So please do well to go through the practical aspect of those videos. They're not too long. So just take your time, go to those videos. Because tomorrow we're going to be dealing with email marketing. So the videos are there already on the platform. So just go and what's it called? Watch the videos on SEO. They are explanatory. If you don't have any understanding, ask questions on the group and I will respond to that. So since there's no other question, I've come to the end of today's class and thank you all for your time. I really appreciate it and I'll see you tomorrow.
You're welcome.
Yeah, have a good night.
Uh,